Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Robert, or just Robert, new to the channel, looking for another video. Today we are doing a Pikmin tier list of all the Pikmin types in the game. This is my opinion, of all the Pikmin types. We'll be going off the original, the fourth game. The fourth game, that means all the types are in the game other than two, who are only in 1 and 2 respectively. And yeah, because we're not going to rank every type from every game, because each game, some get better and some get worse. Like, some get better and others get pretty bad. Red Pikmin, I'm saying in the game they are B. They're basically the standard Pikmin. They do more damage than the regular Pikmin, other than purples. Purples do a lot more damage, and the rocks. They are good on attack, good. In general, they're like the all-arounders, the Pikmin type. They're solid. You get them first. They're solid. Yellow Pikmin. We're going off like each game order. Yellows, I'm saying, are also. I think reds are A and yellows are B. Yellows have good throwing height. And they resist electricity, and yeah, basically that's it. And like digging speed, and they got an upgrade in the fourth game when the digging speed is better. Basically, they can dig, bury treasures faster. That's quite cool. And reds are resistant to fire and do more damage. Which I would say, yellows are solid. They're not bad, but they're not good. They're decent. Blues are also. I'm gonna say blues are a B. They can swim in water and they can destroy water geysers and anything in the water. Really. Blues in the original Pikmin, I would say, is really like decent, but then over the games they got worse and worse. I think the fourth game it's like Pikmin 2 Blues. I feel like they're the exact same, but I think a bit better, because at least the Blues I think have a lot, like especially in the third world, and I think it was the third world and the second world. They have the third world. I think the third world the most has the most use by far, because basically nearly most of the maps underwater. So it's very useful. Also useful in some caves, and yeah, they're good. They're good. Puffman, they're D tiers because basically the Puff Stole in Pikmin 1 sprays your Pikmin with mushrooms. Basically, they just take over the Pikmin body, and now if all the Puffs do around, get too close to them, they'll really run to Olimar and attack Olimar. Basically, it's a pretty simple concept. You can get rid of the effects of the Puff Stole. I think there's only two switches. If you like shake, like you move constantly around the circles and get them off you, then the possibility could return, or you drown them in water and then the effects will immediately go away. Also, good fact about the Puffman, each type has own specialties in the game. So like, I think, well, not yellows, because yellows there was only just D in the original game, but red Puffman can survive fire, and then blue Puffman can survive water. So yeah, purples S. They're the strongest Pokemon in the game. They can carry times 10, which is the most by any Pikmin, and basically they're strong and they can carry a lot. Basically, they can carry heavy things quicker, carry things back, but it'll be really slow. Only problem with purples, I'll say in Pikmin 4, is they don't have that stun effect anymore. I don't think. Like in Pikmin 2, they used to have like this stun effect when you throw them on the ground, basically right next to an enemy. They have a pretty high chance to stun enemy, and enemies damage to be stunned for a little while. It's basically like how the OG Rush is basically in Pikmin 4, but just like a lot better, I would say. It's a lot better because it does. It helps more, because Pikmin 4 is easier again than Pikmin 2 is. Yeah, so purples are good. Whites are C. They are basically, they resist poison, they're fast, and they're immune to poison. Basically, they're fast Pikmin who can carry things on the ground, find buried treasure. In the second game, they actually had a role, find buried treasure on the ground. Third game was when they were kind of bad. The fourth game, I think they're solid. They're not too bad. Bowman, who are not in the fourth game, they resist all types of, means they resist electricity, water, fire, and poison. And they're basically immune to every typing, and they help in some caves, but they're not really necessary. I'm only going to put them in A tier because most of the time I don't need them, because most of the time I always keep my Pikmin alive, or most of the time, because I'm pretty good at making sure my Pikmin survive. But if I do, like basically in the water wave cave, I would use Bowman, but any other time I don't use Pikmin, I won't use Bowman because sometimes I just don't need them, but like they're there. If you want to get Bowman, you can. Bring less Pikmin, and then on some floors, you have to kill basically the Mama Bowman, and then you get these guys basically. So I will send them too. So yeah, raw Pikmin are I think they're gonna be high A. I would say Pikmin 3 rocks are an S tier definitely because they have the strongest attack, pretty good attack. They can destroy crystals. They do good amount of damage by throwing or charging them, and they do a lot of damage. They do a lot of damage basically, and they roll around basically means when they break like a pellet off of a tree, they kind of roll back. It means they don't go for it basically because they roll back too far. The roll mechanic from these kind of make them a little bit worse when you're trying to grab stuff with the rocks, because if they roll back too far and they can't get the thing they're trying to grab, it's a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Wind Pikmin, I'm saying solid B tier. The original third game when they first came out was S tier. They have the ability to fly, means they can fly over obstacles and get back to base quicker. They're decently fast, but they're really weak in combat. Same with the whites. I would say these are like white Pikmin, just but a lot better. But in the fourth game, they got a lot of nerfs. Like, I think because I think the speed of them's a bit slower, and they do way less. They do a little bit less damage, and they're harder to get in the game, basically, because you only use them in the last one as well. Now onto the new, and also they're basically white Pikmin with just wings, and they're faster now. And they're still good though. Like if you want to transport things back, get the whites to do not the whites, like the wing Pikmin to do that. I can't speak today. Ice Pikmin are S tier because basically they're immune to ice. They can freeze water. Means Pikmin can walk over water. Means the water is basically useless to Pikmin 4. That's why the blues are kind of. I'm saying I'm only putting them middle because they're decent still. Yeah, I would still have used to use them. And I also believe Pikmin are kind of they're decent. Freeze water, freeze enemies, and also they can destroy ice blocks who make your Pikmin who are not Onochi, cold and freeze up. Basically means you have to whistle them again, and then they'll move again. Basically they'll like stand there and just shiver, basically. Also destroy those blue things and freeze them, and then you could break them without Chi, or Ice Pikmin break them by themselves. They're really good. And also when they die, the more they eat the ice Pikmin, the more and more they'll get freezing when they eat enough. They can be frozen. With white Pikmin, they do damage when they eat because of poison. The more damage you take, the more they eat, the more damage they face. So like the more damage they will take because they eat more. Glowman, you can only use them in night modes or in caves. They're basically like Bowmans in Pikmin 4. But I've actually used Glowman more than Bowman because I've used them at the end. Only because I didn't have any reds. Oh yeah, also I forgot to get the yellows and reds at the end of the game. Not like the reds and yellows like the onions, but like basically the candy buds at the end of the last cave before you go into the final fight in the game. So I've used the Glowman. They're basically immune to every type. They can float. They can flow over water. They can do basically if you get enough of them and hold the X button, they form like this. I'll say like this like big bubble, and you throw it at enemies. They basically get stunned, like how the Pearl Pikmin are in like the second game, and basically just stuns all enemies around that area, and then they all latch onto that enemy when they get stunned, and they all attack them. They're good. They're solid. I think they're solid Pikmin. So yeah, this is my list. This is my opinion. If you disagree, it's fine with me. Our opinions are our own opinion. We don't have to argue about opinions. So thank you for this, video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. This is my last video. Bye bye. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.